What's going on, everybody? It's Coach Bronson here. It is Tuesday night. I just dropped my pen cap, and we are at Coach Talk. Today, we're going to talk about why we need struggle in our lives. But before we do that, I want to remind you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and hit the little bell icon to make sure that you get notified every time I release a new video. I do a new video every Tuesday night, and another video comes out every Friday afternoon. And also, thirdly, please remember to share the videos. It's great if I can help you learn something. It's great if I can give you some information that you can use on your journey. It's even better if you can share that information with somebody that you care about, because we need to get more people into this. We need to get more people to understand what fitness is about. We need to get more people to understand that they can do something today to improve their quality of life. Okay. So that being said, let's talk about struggle. We need struggle. Struggle is hard. Struggle is challenging. And in many cases, many people, I hear all the time about the complaints and it's so hard. Nobody understands me. I'm struggling with this. I can't fit this in my schedule. I don't understand these macros. There's no choices of food. All of the different reasons why being keto, why adding fitness, why doing something challenging is too hard, or why it's difficult to sustain, and they don't think that you can carry on and keep going. Okay. I want to tell you something. Okay. This is in all love. Okay. But if it's not hard, you're not doing it right. Okay. Struggle is absolutely required. There has to be struggle in your journey. Otherwise, your journey doesn't mean anything. Okay. If you're not struggling, then you're not doing anything that's going to change your life. Okay. I want you to think about that. I want you to try and reframe the idea of struggle being a bad thing to struggle being something that you need and that you enjoy dealing with. Okay. You may not be enjoy the actual struggle and dealing with it at the time, but don't be afraid of it. Don't look at it negatively. And definitely don't let it keep you from doing what you know you need to do to move forward. Okay. So let's talk about three reasons. Okay. And we might even say four, but I'm going to say three reasons why you need struggle. Okay. One, without struggle, you don't know where your comfort zone is. Okay. We talk about your comfort zone and that nothing good happens inside the bubble. In order to make progress and make change, right? In order to see change in your life, you have to get outside your comfort zone. Inside your comfort zone is where you do all of the things that are comfortable by definition, right? Nothing that challenges you, nothing that is difficult. Everything is expected. You've been there, you've done that, you know what to expect. There's nothing new, there's nothing to fear. You know all about it. It's there, right? The back of your hand, right? I can read it like the back of my hand. Okay. The minute you step out of that comfort zone is when things get hard. And that is how you know that you are doing something to change your life for the better. That is how you know you are outside your comfort zone. Okay. Now check this out. Here's a cool thing. You can determine what that struggle is or how hard that struggle is. If you decide I'm going to get outside my comfort zone, I've been sitting on the couch for 5 years and haven't done anything. And then you decide I'm going to go for a 5-mile hike out of the blue, then you created a struggle that was more than it needed to be. Okay. So you have to be realistic about the things that you want to do outside your comfort zone. Take small steps across that line. Don't kill yourself out the gate, but you still have to understand and prepare for the struggle, because anything you do is going to be a challenge. It has to be. Otherwise, you're not going to make change. You're not going to grow. Okay. Nothing grows without challenge. Okay. So that's the first reason. Just remember, struggles exist to let us know where our comfort zone is. If you're thinking about what things can I do to improve my quality of life, what things can I do to improve my health, and you list off 10 things, and 9 of those things, your first thought is, that's not a big deal. I can probably do that. They're probably not outside your comfort zone. If the 10th thing that you see on that list and you see and you read it, and your first response to that 10th thing on that list is, ugh, I don't know about that, that's probably the thing you need to do. Okay. Because that's the thing that's the struggle. That's the thing that's going to be hard. That's the thing that's going to get you off your butt and do something that's going to move you forward. Okay. If it's, I can probably do that, no big deal, it's probably not outside your comfort zone. If it's, ooh, I don't know about that, do it. You need to do it. Okay. That's number one. Struggles let you know where your comfort zone is. Number two, they help you build and reinforce habits. How does a struggle help you build and reinforce habits? When you're struggling through something and you are successful, here's the thing. If you get up, okay, here's an example. I'll use myself as an example. Getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning is a struggle. It is absolutely a struggle, but I've been doing it. And here's the deal. When I do it, every single time I do it, and I get up and I go to the gym and I have a killer workout and I come home and I make my coffee and I sit down at my desk and I start working for the day, I feel good. I feel accomplished. I feel success. And what does that do for the next morning? It sets me up to want to have that feeling again. The feeling of success, the results of doing something that you know are good for you will always outweigh the struggle or the challenge of taking that action. Okay. It is always a benefit. It is always something that is going to make me want to, I know my workout's going to be great. When I first started doing this, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I was like, oh, this is going to be horrible. All right. I had that negative self-talk. I had that negative outlook on what this is, right? I'm going to get up. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm not going to get a workout. I'm going to get home and be exhausted all day. Right. It has been absolutely the opposite of that. I get up in the morning. I'm actually, as weird as this may sound, I was the guy who said, I got out of the army. I said, I'm never getting up at 5 o'clock again. Okay. I'm getting up at 5 o'clock. I'm enjoying it. My alarm goes off and I'm like, I think I'm ready to go. Right. If there's no crawling out of bed, shuffling to the bathroom, turning the lights on, shuffling to my dresser, like there's a motivation because I know I'm going to go do something that I enjoy doing. Okay. And it's going to make me feel good. And it's going to help me reach my goals. And the energy that I get throughout the day, even though I may feel tired throughout the day for whatever other reason, um, I still have a mental clarity and drive to keep going that I did not have when I was getting up at 8 or 9 in the morning. The day starts and I've made a decision. I'm starting my day. I'm ready to go. It's a whole different outlook on my day doing it this way. So struggles, when you overcome them, even the little ones consistently, they create a sense of success, a sense of pride, a sense of confidence, something that is positive that you can build on every single time you do it so that it helps create that habit. Okay. That's the second thing. It creates value in the effort. Struggles create value in the effort that you are doing to improve your quality of life. Okay. Without struggle, reaching the goal is not as satisfying. The result does not have as much oomph. Let's call it oomph. We're looking for oomph. We want to get to that finish line and be like, yes, if I run 10 miles and I get to the end of that 10 miles and I'm like, oh, that wasn't too bad. Right? If I'm on a bike in a running race and I get to 10 miles and I'm just chilling, okay, the accomplishment of winning that race means nothing because there was no struggle. There was no effort put into it. Okay. Think about any movie. Think about any story that you've read. Okay. How interesting would any story that you've ever read that has a protagonist, an antagonist, or whatever, right? From beginning to end, how interesting would any story be if the story went, hero of the story gets sent on a quest, hero of the story finishes the quest? That's a heck of a story. The story, the value of the process is in the struggle. It's in the development of the character, the development of your character. It's in the interpersonal relationships and the networks and the people that are brought into the story, right? The people that are brought into your life, the people that are there to support you, the people that you have to learn and grow with. It's the story is in the hero of the story, you figuring out how to overcome the struggles and win in the end, right? That is what the story is about. Your story is not about, I started keto, I started working out, and the next couple of days, I got my weight and now I can do whatever I want to do. Your story is, I started keto a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 15 years ago. And I've lost some weight and I've gained some weight and I've lost some weight and I've gained some weight. And I've had a bad relationship with food and now I have a good relationship with food. I started working out. I stopped working out. I got hurt. I started working out, right? All of the back and forth, all of the up and down, all of the struggles, that is your story. That's what makes your story impactful. And that is, side note, how you can impact other people because they're going through the exact same thing. That is why it is important for you to share your story. And that is what makes you special. Okay. Without your struggles, your story does not affect lives. It is not as impactful. Okay. So that's the third thing. Okay. Remember that struggle is what makes the effort mean something, guys. Without the struggle, it doesn't mean anything. It's just A to B. There's no C. It's just A to C. There's no B in the middle. Okay. All right. And then the fourth thing um, is more not a reason why we need the struggle in our lives, but something that I want you to get your mindset around. And that is, the only reason we have struggle is because we care about where we're going, because we have a emotional, a physical, a mental direction and motivation, determination, dream, desire, whatever you want to call it. We're bought in to the idea of improving ourselves. Okay. That's why we're struggling. If we didn't care about improving ourselves, then there would be no struggles because we wouldn't be going anywhere. Okay. It's something that I hear a lot is, my life was easy when I didn't care about being healthy. Okay. And in a way, it probably was. On the surface, your life was easy because you weren't pushing to try and grow and push the boundaries of what you thought was possible. When we push the boundaries of what we think is possible, we instantly create struggles for ourselves. But that's the purpose. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to expand our mind about what is possible. We're trying to build new dreams and goals and visions for what we can do. We're trying to establish new habits and routines that take us to the next level with our health and quality of life. Okay. So that's what it's all about. If you didn't care, then you wouldn't have any struggles. So be glad that you have the struggles because you care and you want to make a difference in your life. Appreciate them. In the military, you've probably heard the phrase, embrace the suck. Okay. It's 110% what it's all about. Embrace the hard times because they're there only because you are doing what you need to do to improve your quality of life. Okay. Um, some things to think about not doing. Okay. When we talk about the struggle, I want you to check yourself and see if you've done some of these things. Okay. Um, don't avoid the struggle. Avoiding the struggle. Why is avoiding the struggle going to cause problems? I got a few things down here. Avoiding the struggle, by definition, if we're not trying to grow, then we're not struggling. If we avoid the struggle, what do we do to our growth? The minute you try to do something that's easy or comfortable, you immediately stop growing. Okay. I hate to say that, guys, and I'm sorry, but that's really the truth. If you're trying to find the easy way out, okay, and I'm going to say something right now that is going to hurt maybe a little bit. Okay. Replacing the food you had a bad relationship with a keto version of the same food is an easy way out. It is not getting you out of your comfort zone because you have not addressed the issue, which is your mind frame around food. Okay. The hard thing to do, the struggle is what you need to do is to think about and find out what are your mental and emotional motivations around food and get those things taken care of so that you can look at food differently and focus on food that's going to be good for you, not food that just has keto in the front of it. Okay. The same thing goes for exercise. You need to understand what the mental thought process around exercise being something that is extra and not something that should be part of your life every single day. Okay. Exercise is not an option if you want to improve your quality of life. Exercise is a requirement. Okay. Moving your body is a requirement to maintain and establish independence, especially as you get older. If you're not moving your body, then you're taking the easy way out and you're doing something that's not outside your comfort zone because you're trying to avoid the struggle. You need the struggle in order to grow, guys. You need the struggle. Okay. Um, Avoiding the struggle prevents action. Okay. There's a lot of times where you know exactly what you need to do. I've got a plan. I've got a coach. I've got a plan. I read a book. I've seen tons of videos about what needs to happen, the next step that I need to make. But I'm just not ready to face that in my life right now. That's perfectly fine. And again, understand, I'm not telling you that you're wrong. I'm not telling you that it's a mistake or that there's something wrong with avoiding the struggle from you as a person, your value as a person. None of that changes. We are sometimes at a place where we're ready to address that, and sometimes we're not. I just want to make you aware of that's what's going on. The decision is, do I face the struggle or do I stay where I'm at? Which of those options is more of a pain point for me right now? Right now, it may be more of a pain point in my life to try to make a change than to just keep doing what I'm doing. At some point, if you want to move forward, you have to make that switch. You have to make that switch because eventually you have to face a pain point of one sort or the other. Either your health is going to deteriorate to a point where you're forced to face it, or you can preempt that situation and face a self-made challenge that you can control to move forward so that other one never happens. Okay. So just remember that avoiding the struggle prevents action when you might need to take it instead. Okay. Don't avoid the struggle. All right. Um, Along the same lines, guys, the more you avoid the struggle, the more you try to keep things easy and the more you try to um, reduce the negative impact because there is a negative impact. Okay. It's just like working out. Working out, we talk about reducing inflammation all the time. Okay. Exercise creates inflammation. Okay. But guess what? The inflammation that it creates and the processes that it's stimulating are good for you. Not all challenges, not all things that have an initial negative impact are bad. Okay. We have to get the mindset out of our heads that change is bad. Change, while it may be difficult, does not mean it's bad. If you're doing it for something that's going to help you improve your quality of life, then it's a challenge, it's a change, it's something that is going to benefit you, even if it's uncomfortable. Okay. Uncomfortable is not the same as bad. Difficult is not the same as bad. Okay. You just got to remember that, guys. Not all change is bad. It's going to take you way longer to get where you want to go if you fight the change, if you fight the struggle. I know it's going to be a struggle. It needs to be a struggle. Okay. That's it. That's all I got. 19 minutes of me ranting about you need to embrace the suck and enjoy the process, guys. The struggle is part of your growth. It will give you some things to talk about. You'll have a great story to share. And when you get to the end, you're going to be feeling of success, not just in reaching the goal, because it's not just the goal that matters. The things you had to do to get to your goal is what makes the whole thing feel so amazing. Okay. I hope that helps you guys out a little bit. Let's look at some comments. Let's see. Matrey says, yes, it does feel nice. Um, Teresa, I totally get you not getting up at 3:30 a.m. I'm cool with that. I assume you work out in the afternoons. Susan, you flipped up your routine, right? So that's the thing, right? A lot of times people are so set in their ways. This is my routine. This is what I do. I work out 1 day a week, or I eat 2 days, 2 times a week, or I get up at this time. If you've been doing something for a period of time and you're not reaching your goal, you have to acknowledge that something has to change, which means you're going to face a struggle in figuring out what that change is and making the change happen. Okay. It's got to happen. The struggle has to exist in order for you to get where you want to go. Don't fight the struggle. Hashtag don't fight the struggle. Hashtag embrace the suck. Hashtag struggle matters. Let's see, Rachel, I definitely need to try waking up earlier to get your workouts in. After dinner is uncomfortable. I can, I'd much rather work out early in the morning than after dinner. That seems like super late. Let's see, Becky, fight Madonna phenomenon. I just start getting up early, get on the treadmill. There you go. Yes, Teresa, change is the only constant. I love it. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. If you guys had any questions, please contact me through Instagram. My new Instagram is, I got to remember, Coach Bronson Keto, Coach_Bronson_Keto on Instagram. Send me a DM if you have any topics or questions you want to talk about. You can comment on here and I'll check the comments in this video. And again, please subscribe, click the bell, and share the videos. If you haven't seen my other ones, check out my other videos, but share these, guys. I really want to try to grow this and get as many people understanding and excited about how fitness can help them feel better, and live longer and happier lives. All right. Take it easy, guys. Talk to you next week.